Welcome back everybody, bienvenue tout le monde. This video will be primarily in English. Cole and I are going to do a part 3 of our acrylic galaxy. So this will be continuing what we already started in the last video. So if you haven't watched yet, make sure you watch it before you continue. All right, Cole, the stage is all yours.
Hey everyone, it's Cole. Alright, so what we're going to need for this video is the canvas from last video, the primary colors, a cup of water, and your favorite paintbrushes. Now that you have all that together, let's get started. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding a watered down layer of primary blue. Now it's important to keep the paint as wet as possible. What we're going to be doing is pushing the paint in a dabbing motion all through the black and around the planets.
Dab, dab, dab.
So it's important to keep the paint as wet as possible, so when we go in and add colors like the red that you see I just have, it's going to blend with the blue a lot more and you're going to get a nice purple color. Because we are working with the color wheel, so we're trying to make every color that we can with the 3. So what I did now is I added a little bit of yellow to the blue, and that's just going to green it up a tiny bit and add some really kind of cool yellow highlights. So once you push the paint around and blend it a little bit and you see that you like the way it sits, you're going to go in with a little bit of white and you're just going to put this on the colors randomly. And then you're going to go back in with a wet brush and you're going to blend that into the color. That's going to give you these blue highlights, yellow highlights, and some pink and red highlights.
And a bit of orange with the yellow.
Yeah, orange too. So the cool thing about this is it's as random as possible. There's no real structure to painting this because we're just trying to blend colors as much as we can and add kind of these cool highlights and lowlights. You're going to get somewhat of a 3D effect. So remember to keep the paint wet and use as many layers as you can. So the cool thing about painting outer space, and what I really like about it, is that no matter what you do, you can never paint it wrong. Because there's so much out there that we haven't seen yet. So just have fun with it, take your time, and don't really worry about how it's going to turn out, because it's always going to turn out awesome. So what I'm doing in this corner is kind of trying to contrast the blue corner that we just did. This one is done primarily with a lot of red and yellow. It's going to kind of give it this little bit of a fire effect, and then I come back in with a little bit more blue and just blend that out. Alright, so if you guys haven't noticed yet, I'm doing each corner at a time and working my way into the center. In this corner, I decided to try something a little different and kind of have a little fun with it. So I decided I was going to put one of the planets in the nebulous cloud, kind of make it look like it's sitting and the cloud is kind of wrapped around it. So that's why I've covered a little bit of this planet here. You guys can do that if you'd like, or not, it's up to you. All right, now that we have all the colors blended and everything looks awesome and we're happy with it, we're going to go ahead and get a clean cup of water. We're going to take our white, and I'm going to use 2 brushes, I think, actually, for this. You can use 1, it's up to you. Now that we got a fresh cup of water and our white paint and a clean brush, we're going to soak that brush, make sure it's really, really wet. And then we're going to stick that in the white, we're going to load it right up, and we're going to do a little bit of a practice on our hand. We're going to run our finger through the bristles and it's going to throw paint. But we want to practice it on our hand before we do it on the canvas so we don't get these long streaky drops of wet paint. And when you're happy with it, you're going to start spraying the canvas all over all the color that you just blended, and you're going to get this really nice star effect. Now the wetter your brush is, the more translucent the paint will be when it hits the canvas. So take your time, you can do as many stars as you want or as little stars as you want. I kind of went all over the place and just loaded them on. So there's some thick ones, there's some thin ones, small ones, big ones. There's a variety. So I think it looks really cool. All right, everyone, and that's it for the painting. Oh, look at that. That looks so cool.
Awesome.
And don't forget, everyone, to share your paintings with us.
Can't wait to see them.
Oh, hey, you guys are still here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and remember to like and subscribe.